YouTube, this is Torque Dawg here in a review, and today is we're doing a review on The Simpsons Season 30, Episode 22, I think. This came out May 5th, today is May 20th. That noise, though, in the end when that guy snapped his vocal cord, that was like, ouch, like, that, you know how, like, some things you don't like, so, like, maybe, for some people, like, nails on a chalkboard, or some people, cracking their their fingers or something like that. People don't like those noises, and that noise right there is like, oh man, that sounds painful, like in your mouth, in your throat too. So anyways, basically Lisa has some money, some college money, and there's this like documentary group recording the Simpson family. By the way, Grandpa Simpson's an idiot because he's like, when I first met the Simpson family, it's like, buddy, you're part of the Simpson family. But anyways, and they're like trying to figure out, it's like a mystery one, and they're trying to figure out who stole the money, and they went through everyone but Maggie. So at first I was like, oh, it's Lisa. Lisa took the money for herself. But then they did Lisa, and they're like, no, it's not Lisa. And then when the film crew all left, and it was just Lisa, Marge, Homer, Bart, and Grandpa Simpson. When they're all out there, I was like, oh, it's Maggie, because she was the only one that wasn't there, right? And Maggie has in the past has like she's actually been shown to be smart, not like a baby, like no baby would be. So I was like, oh, it's Maggie. But then in the end, Marge reveals that it's her because she used all the money to get this plastic cup. I mean, this cup holder. I mean, I don't know what it's called. Like I think she called it a coaster for the cup. So you put the cup on it so it doesn't stain or something onto the table or whatever you're putting the cup on. And she bought 1,000 of them because she wants to start her own company. So yeah, and Marge also reveals that she has a gambling problem, which I don't know if we ever knew about that. Maybe like a long time ago when The Simpsons was like way older, we knew about that. I don't know. This episode wasn't really that intriguing. We saw Krusty's dad, and that Barry saxophone kind of looks really cool. And Mr. Burns burning the money, and then he takes the money back from the fire. Yeah, I don't know. This episode wasn't that intriguing. It was like, even though we didn't know, it was like mystery to us too. We didn't know who took the money, but it's just like, why do we care? Yeah, it wasn't a very intriguing episode. It's not a bad episode, but I don't know, it wasn't really good at all. One of those guys, hope you guys did enjoy. Subscribe for more of episode. But I did like how Bart, like, he admitted to taking the money, but then he always put it back and stuff. I like that though. What did he use the money? Oh, yeah, the slime and stuff. And then he realized that the slime wasn't getting him any money, so he sold it to the comic book guy, and then the comic book guy didn't get any money from that because no one wanted slime anymore, so he just started eating it, which is really weird. But yeah, peace out.